Portugal, that's why I somehow learned the language. And after these experiences, two questions have come to my mind regarding my professional choices. First, what I'm doing, what do I want to do, how can I do something meaningful and inspiring, and secondly, what goes with it is the how. What is the point of my work, and in which framework I'm working. So, Ouishare, what is Ouishare? Ouishare is an international collective of freelancers and entrepreneurs from all around the world that works and are interested into the impact of the digital on the society. So, after coming back from these experiences, I was doing some research regarding Ouishare. I found it collaborative economy, collaborative work, collaborative society. So I applied for an internship because I knew that I didn't want to work for a corporation, even in a sustainable department. So after 1 year and a half, here I am working as independent in a network where people has all their own role, and each of our business models match with the one of the others. So now I'm gonna answer the two questions that people always ask us. First, what is Ouishare? So what do we do? And second, where should I? Okay. So first, what is Ouishare? What do we do? And second, how do we operate in a decentralized way, since we're all around the globe? So first, our main area is research. We do studies, and the study prize allows each of us to speak about subjects that are concerning us and that are interesting us. So for example, we do research regarding society, collaborative society, about governance, how do we share power within an enterprise, about freelancers and future of work, about collaborative serving the medium-sized cities, mobility, so mobility as service, mobility as work, and that's it. Second, we do events. We organize events. Since 5 years now, we've organized more than 300 events worldwide. Events that take the shape of talks, informal talks, conferences, so informal gathering, festivals, workshops. So we've been organizing them from all over the world, from Munich to Copenhagen, from Marseille to Lisboa, from Montreal to South America, and to Middle East also. So all these events are made to gather different actors. So we're going to bring collectivity, citizens, corporation, ONG all together, and we create a framework for them to discuss, think about the future, and start working on some projects. Third, we do organizational transformation. So we give a hand to companies in their transformation, in their digital transformation, and in their managerial transformation. For example, we've worked with SNCF, which is the railway transport in France. They contacted us because they wanted to redynamize the train stations in order to boost the area around this train station. So we've been doing a 3-day accelerator where at the end, the 40 projects that we've selected were able to be implemented in a train station. So here was the overview about what we are doing, and actually all of our projects are an excuse to bring together different actors, because we want them to collaborate together, so we create the discussion for it around projects. Now, how do we operate in a decentralized way? So Ouishare is a community of communities. We're based all around the world, and so you may ask, how do we organize to exchange, and how make us reunited? So first, we have the value. We've been we've been discussing and deciding which values matters to us, and that's how other people join Ouishare. So first, bureaucracy, which is pushing us to try new projects, to launch new projects. So the one who does is the one who decides. Second is the openness. We're working as much as transparent as we can, and we're trying to open source as much as we can for people from the community and from people out of the community to be able to know what we're doing and how can they get involved in the collective. Then we have beta, which is we're learning by doing, so we're evolving in a permanent beta way of doing. Then collaboration, and then care, which is we care about ourselves, each other's, and the planet. In French, I would call it bienveillance. So now that you know that we're so working around this value, and which is what brings us together, you have to know that in Ouishare we're all independent. So we're all freelance with we're all independent with our own status. So we can be freelancers, we can be having our company that we built with other Ouishare members, and then we can be also part of business and employment cooperatives. And actually we have only one employee who's the person who's taking care of our finances management. So we're all independent, but in reality, we're all interdependent. We all rely on each other because we have the same goal, and I mean, there is no any competition because we have the same goal around the same value, which are how to make society more collaborative. So we organize each of us in around projects. So someone is going to start a project, and regarding the competencies of the others and regarding the personal match between the people from the community and the network, we're going to create teams, and then we're going for a project. The thing is that in Ouishare, you can be playing different roles at the same time. So you can be leader of a project, you can be the business getter of the project, the executor, the manager, and the volunteer. So for example, I'm managing one project now, but at the same time, I'm helping by executing another project who has his own leader, and I'm also volunteering on other projects. So, so being all independent, being all having our different role and wishes and projects, Ouishare gets structured this way. So, in 2012, Ouishare was created as an association. It's been launched in Paris, and then some of other community created their non-profit association, because most of our work was for non-profit and for general interest. But then when we received our first funds, and in 2014, and then the budget of the non-profits was growing, we've decided to create the commercial. Not commercial, but the company named Ouishare Experience, which is owned 100% per Ouishare association, in order to be able to deal with some for-profit activities. So, as I was mentioning, we're doing some volunteers in some of our projects. But the thing is, there is no any measurement regarding how, who's doing which non-profit project and who's doing which for-profit projects. Because half of our time we're going for non-profit, and the other half we're going for project to make a living. So of course the balance is not perfect. So some tension and some problem can appear, like he's doing this or she's doing this, and she's not. I mean, I'm doing more volunteer than for profit, and in the other way they are not doing. So we're trying to resolve this tension with tools, which are online tools and offline tools. So first, the offline tools. So one of our core values within the 5 values I was explaining is meet people in real life. Because we think that by knowing each of us, we learn how to trust each other. So to do that and then launch project because we are all trusting the people with who we're going to work. So we do workshops first, which are internal workshops. We have an implicit rules where we say, okay, each time each of us is learning something or doing some documentation regarding one of the projects they are doing, we're trying to share it with the community. So an example is workshops. Another one is maybe having a thematic breakfast or lunch regarding one topic that people are interested in to just share the content. And third is mentoring other people, which are maybe new members, with what we've learned by doing projects that are going to do before. Secondly, we have summits. So as Ines was mentioning, we were doing our last summit. I mean, last week was in Munich, but the last one was in Lisboa. So we brought 80 people from all around the world, from Brazil to Europe, to South America. So we're all together during those moments, which are the core moments of our internal vision and how we... Here we're discussing what we want Ouishare to be. We're also sharing what we've learned for the past months before reuniting each other. And for each community is doing also his own summit with his countries. For example, the last one in France was in countryside, and we're discussing, okay, what do we do? What are the next chapters of Ouishare, etc., etc. So, of course, we need online tools also, because we can't meet whenever we want, and we can go to Brazil to discuss with the people we were working on. And so we're using these online tools to help us. So first we're using Slack, as you probably all know about, which is how we coordinated our team. Then we use Telegram, which is it's a WhatsApp process. And so we're exchanging through this tool, and then we work with Google Drive and MindMeister. The idea is that as we are all independent, so we are all working remotely most of the time, so we need to share with the people we are working on the project what we are doing. So the Drive is a good way to see what's happening and to share our work. And so we're using also MindMeister recently. And actually, these two tools allow the new member coming to the community to see what happened before and what was the project that everyone was doing, and they have all the information there. Of course, you have to look for it, but everything is there. And then we use Lumio. I don't know if people here know about it. Lumio is a decision-making tool that we use for structured discussions and decision-making. So here we create a common memory because all the things that we've been deciding are here, so people can use it as reference and examples. Then we use also Co-Budget, which is a decision-making tools regarding finances. So like this we can see which projects are getting funds, and yeah. Actually, a quick example is that after the Ouishare Fest last year that we've been organizing, the Ouishare Fest is our main event that happened in Paris, in Rio, and in Barcelona for the past 5 years. So we had some value accounting left, so we've decided to spread this budget between the people from the team for them to allocate budget in other projects that they wanted to fund. So here's how it works. So actually, Ouishare is, since each project in each community is organized and autonomous, so everyone can experiment and can try different way of using those tools. And as we share it during our moments of meeting, during summits, during workshops, etc., we can see how is the best way to use these tools so you can learn faster and we can adopt new way of working because everyone is working on the same project. Okay, it's there is a lack of standardization, but it enables us to find the best way to work. So, yeah. So here, what I want to say is that, of course, everything isn't perfect, because every time that you have human related decision or exchange or things happening, of course it's complex. But the thing is, as we've been able to speak out, even if it frustrates people, the tension or the problem, we try to resolve them this way. So there isn't any elephant in the room. We're speaking about it because we want us to go further. So I'll say that Ouishare actually is a ground for experimentation. You can experiment, you can try. There isn't any rule. Of course, there are those values, but people are pushing you to try and to do some new things. What I want to end with is that Ouishare is, Ouishare is above all people, and all those people are the reflection. Ouishare is the reflection of all those people. So for me, it's an incubator of people which is always reinventing itself in permanent beta, working from all around the world and trying new things constantly. Obrigada.